and know that you are a vocalist. You are a singer. You are a musician, even in your silence. Even if the seed is still tucked away in the soil, in the darkness, and it's just starting to crack open. Regardless of your musical background or lack thereof, if you find yourself doubting your abilities, you may struggle with imposter syndrome. It's that feeling of inadequacy, like you're just not good enough, you don't belong, you're going to be found out. Let's talk about this today and what we can do about it. And yes, if you have found yourself here and something about this message resonates with you, you belong here. Welcome to Reawaken Your Voice. Are you tired of pushing aside your desire to sing, only for it to resurface again and again? Hey, I'm Lainey, voice and creativity coach, singer and songwriter. If you're ready to rediscover the freedom of creative expression, free from judgment, doubt, comparison, and fear, then grab that notebook full of ideas. It's time to give voice to the songs in your heart. Let's sing. Hey friend, I just want to drop in and invite you to join my email list. This is where you will hear from me every week. I'll share with you the latest podcast episode where you'll get vocal tips and creative inspiration and early bird access to special offers. I've got some pretty exciting things coming down the pipes here, and I want you to be there for it. So go ahead and sign up to become a Reawaken Your Voice insider and join my email list. That link will be in the show notes, so check it out. Making music and sharing it with others is more accessible than ever. The barrier of entry is not what it used to be. Like, you don't have to sell your soul to the music industry. You don't have to audition and hope that you get a chance to share your voice. With an internet connection and some basic equipment, you have the freedom to create and share your voice on your own terms. So I guess that means anyone can do it, right? So why not you? Why not you? You don't have to wait for permission from some gatekeeper who will either open a door for you or shut it in your face. Why not you? We are in a time where truly the barrier to entry is you, yourself, your mindset, your discipline, your courage, your audacity to believe that your voice is meant to be heard. So why not you? Well, perhaps, like many, maybe for you, imposter syndrome is keeping you from really going for it. It's holding you back from sharing your voice in the way that you see yourself or feel called to do it. So briefly, what is imposter syndrome? I'm sure you've heard of it, but you know it. It's those feelings of insecurity, of inadequacy, the doubt, the fear, almost like you're going to be found out or exposed as a fraud because you're not really good enough to belong here. So who are you? What right do you have to sing, to share your voice, to make music? It's that feeling of, I haven't mastered every piece of it, so therefore I must be a fraud. It's that internal monologue of self-doubt, doubting your abilities. And a lot of times this shows up when we're trying new things, or when we're going through a transition. The way we've done things in the past is shifting and changing, and we're showing up in a new way. Maybe it's a lack of experience in a particular area, even when you have achieved some success or gained some experience in many other areas surrounding that little area. Those feelings can linger, even when you keep gathering all this knowledge, all these skills, all this experience. Somehow you feel like it's not real, or you cheated, or it doesn't really count. For me personally, imposter syndrome shows up for me in areas of music where I have less experience. So even though I'm a trained professional, I have years of experience, I have a music degree, years of studying and training and teaching and performing and coaching and creating and gathering expertise in certain areas. Guess what? I'm still a beginner in others. Does that discount or cancel out all the other achievements and successes that I've had? No, it doesn't. It just shows me an area where I'm wanting to grow. And I have the capacity to grow, to learn, to expand, because there's always more to learn. Coming from a background in classical music, classical training, opera performance, it felt like a leap for me to call myself a singer-songwriter. Because there was a time where that was new to me. Yes, I've been singing and writing songs since as long as I can remember, but it's part of an identity of, okay, I'm an opera singer. I can call myself an opera singer, but wait, can I call myself a singer-songwriter now? You know, it's that shift in identity of transitions. So I said earlier, this can show up when you try new things, when you're transitioning from one way of using your voice to another way of using your voice. I sing. I write songs. So I am a singer-songwriter. But the imposter shows up for me when I think about recording in the studio and using microphones. I've even recorded in the past. I have been in recording studios. I've worked as a voice coach in recording studios. I have recorded my own songs in the studio. I'm speaking into a microphone right now, one that I researched about, and I chose it and I purchased it and I set it up in my home studio. And yet there's that part of your mind that creeps in and it tells me I'm a fraud because I don't have all the production tech down to an art. I'm not a full-blown audio engineer who knows everything about producing a track or an album, so I must not really be a musician. Good thing I see the lies for what they are. If I let imposter syndrome stop me from sharing my voice, I wouldn't be here speaking into this microphone with your ears and your heart on the other end of my message. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. It's normal to deal with these kinds of thoughts. And if it becomes a pattern for you, these thoughts keep coming back, you're not alone. You just can't let it stop you. You just can't let it hold you back from going after your dreams, your desires, your goals, the things that you feel compelled to do with your voice, with your creativity. So when I see imposter syndrome showing up for me, it's just showing me where I get to grow as a vocalist. It's just showing me that I get to step into the embodiment of that identity even more. So what is the truth about imposter syndrome? The truth is, we all have it to some degree, regardless of experience. At some point along the vocal journey, it's going to show up. We all experience this somewhere along the way, at some point, because there is always another level. There's always more to experience, more growth, more that we can aspire towards. But that feeling of imposter syndrome is telling you something. Listen to it. What is it saying that you need in order to feel like a real musician? Really assess what comes through when you ask yourself that question. What do you need to feel like a real vocalist, to feel like a real singer? Because chances are there are some lies and some noise mixed in there, but maybe there is something with validity. And if so, what can you do about it? As in, are there some real skills that you want to work on honing? Do you want to develop your instrument and learn more about how it works and how to get the most out of it? Do you need to spend time with your voice, becoming familiar with it, practicing your craft, acknowledging that it is a craft and owning that you have a gift? And if the answer that comes back is not valid, then this offers an opportunity to shift your mindset around it and see it for what it is. See it for the lie that it is. So assess, when you ask yourself, what do I need to feel like a real vocalist? Is it valid? Are you being realistic? If so, what can you do about it? If not, there's a mindset shift available to you. So for me, it usually means that I need to be more intentional about time spent on music making, or I need to focus on learning a new skill. Or maybe for you, it means working with a professional voice coach, a music teacher, some in-depth immersion in your art, in your craft, working to develop your instrument and your musicianship. For me, when imposter syndrome shows up, it usually means there is space for growth. And so I dive in. I'm a lifelong learner. I want to soak it all up. But there are times where it's just spewing lies. I've devoted my life to music. So there is richness and wealth in that experience. So what can you look to that is true for you? When it comes down to it, a musician makes music. So make music. A singer sings. So sing. If you're feeling like a fraud, feeling like an imposter, feeling like you don't belong, the only requirement is for you to open your mouth and sing, and you are a singer. Start learning about the language of music, or brush off the cobwebs that you had acquired previously. Or not the cobwebs you've acquired, the skills that you've acquired previously. And put them to use again. That's all it takes. Practice. Practice is vital. If you're feeling like a fraud, it might mean you notice you're not practicing. You may notice you're not spending time working on your music, working on your voice. Even in times of silence. If you love to sing, you are a singer. And you are just a breath away from emerging from that silence and being the singer you've always been. I know there was a time for me when I stopped singing. I went into silence. And that was perhaps the time in my life when I felt most like a fraud. How can I call myself a musician? How can I call myself a vocalist when I'm not making music, I'm not singing? It lives on within you no matter what. It's always there throughout your life. Your voice is always with you. It will not leave you. It will not abandon you. Your voice is still there in your silence. It's only a breath away. When you're ready, open your mouth and sing. You are a singer. You are a vocalist. You are a musician, even in your silence. Honing your craft is a continuous journey, and it's not always easy. Resistance shows up. There can be a lack of time to devote to your music. There can be things in life that happen that just shut you down, shut down your voice, make you want to crawl into a cave. It's a journey. So allow yourself to be wherever you are on the continuum. You know, whether you're a beginner, a novice, you're mid-revival, bringing it back, but you're not there yet. Maybe a seasoned pro who is out of practice. That doesn't make you a beginner. And yet, you must start with a beginner's mind because it's a new beginning. So how do you keep creating? How do you keep making music even when this imposter syndrome keeps pummeling you from the sidelines? That's why I'm here. I'm here to help you stay inspired, reignite that fuel, that breath of life, that breath. You are only one breath away from singing. I'm here to remind you of that, to help you remember why you love to sing and what it feels like to express yourself through your voice, to help you make your music a priority again, and to get to the root of whatever's holding you back, whatever's blocking your voice from coming through in its full power, to help you let go of all the noise getting in the way, bust through it all, and just start creating again from where you are now, at this point in your life. Not where you were, not where you wish you were, but where you are, with an eye towards where you want to go. I'm here to remind you to get in the arena. Put yourself in the trajectory of where you want to be, but start where you are. And know that you are a vocalist. You are a singer. You are a musician. Even in your silence. Even if the seed is still tucked away in the soil, in the darkness, and it's just starting to crack open. But that seed was planted long ago. That seed that calls you towards music and calls you to use your voice as an instrument. The seed that makes you want to blossom and open up and sing. You hear a lot about fake it till you make it. Well, then that word fake already makes you feel like an imposter. It's like fake. Well, then I'm not real. You hear act as if. But then in that phrase, there's act. You're acting. So how can you make it real? How can you be the vocal artist that you're called to be right now? Well, what would I be doing if I saw myself as a singer? This is the question to ask yourself. What would I be doing if I saw myself as a vocalist? What would it mean to be a real musician who records, performs, writes, you name it? This is the question to take to your journal and just start writing. Well, I would be doing this. I would be doing that. Write it down. And then do that. Thanks for listening, friend. If this episode moved you or inspired you in some way, would you please leave a review on Apple Podcasts? Or share this episode with someone who's been praying for a vocal breakthrough. Until next time, keep nurturing that song in your heart. Lots of love.